All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another round of coffee questions. What's today's topic? Let's talk about step drill bits. In particular, the ones that you can get out at Harbor Freight, and I'll show you even an alternate brand, that you can take a look at. I own the ones from out at Harbor Freight. Let me show you a quick picture. So you can see I got two sets. One of them I've kind of messed up. I just haven't thrown it out yet. But that's because I messed them up, to be honest. So we're going to go over a few things about these. We'll talk about the Warrior brand first. Do they dull fast? Yes, they do. But the mistake that I made, and other people, have made the same comment, I probably was going a little too fast in my drill press, and I probably wasn't using enough cutting oil. Next time around, like I said, because I have two sets of these Warriors, I think right now they're $18.99 is the ones that I got, where you get the two of them. And, look, I learned the hard way. Now, I only use these on thinner types of material, sheet metal, maybe like 18 gauge, something like that, 16 gauge. And I use a lot of cutting oil. Well, I don't say a lot, but I use a significant amount, and I drill slow. I was in a rush. My drill press wasn't set up to the correct speed, and like I said, I kind of trashed at one of them. So I would tell you around 300 RPMs, use good cutting oil. And what I do, I don't rely on these things being like self-centering when you're drilling with them. I either use a punch, or I turn around and I drill a pilot hole. Now, what works the best for me, and I've learned to slow down, I use the pilot hole. I go ahead, I use the punch, I drill a pilot hole, then I come back around with the step drill bit. I go slow, even in the drill press, even at 300, RPMs. And I use a good amount, of cutting oil. And they've lasted me longer than like a lot of bits, but the question is, do they wear and dull quickly? Yes, they do. Can you use them on stainless steel? No, you'll burn them up in a second. They're not meant for stainless steel at all. I wouldn't even try it. Well, like I said, I primarily use them 16, 18 gauge sheet metal, thin metal. I don't try to push them through anything thick. You'll tear them up, especially this Warrior brand. I'm also careful with them because I also use them on fiberglass, plastic, Lexan. I've used them on different other types of material, and they cut fine. It's just when it comes to steel, yes, they're going to dull fast on you. Now, in the description, if you read, it says it deburrs. No, it doesn't, okay? Not a big deal. I can use a file or something. I can knock off, the little shavings or whatever, but it does not self-deburr. Now, I've also used it around the house. I was putting a couple of electrical boxes up outside, and I had to drill my own knockout, let's say. But again, I used a pilot hole. I came behind it, with cutting fluid. I was able to use it in my drill press because I hadn't hung it up yet, but you could use a hand drill too. And it'll work fine for those thinner kinds of materials as long as your cutting speed is slow and as long as you're using cutting oil. Now, do I think these other brands that Harbor Freight sells are better? The Bauer. I don't know. I don't own the Bauer. Now, I tell you, I belong to a couple of forums and a club where we get together, we demo tools and techniques and talk. I couldn't find anybody out there that owned the Bauer when I was putting together my notes to do the video. But there were two people out there that said, hey, look, even though it's more expensive, I'm looking online right now, even though it's more expensive, you're better off going with the Hercules. The Hercules is going to last you. It's a much stronger steel. It's cobalt, of course. It's what it says. And they're $39.99, each for a set of two. And they said they work fantastic. Okay, now I don't have the Hercules, but if I burn up my step drill bits that I showed you in the picture, if I was going to go out and buy them again, I would go ahead and I would try the Hercules brand, because these are people out at the club that are actually own them, using them, and they're telling me, hey, they're fantastic, and they've used them a whole bunch, and it's still keeping a good, sharp cutting edge. Now, The other brand that I ordered recently, it isn't here yet, is from Nico. And I know that the lighting or whatever is blurring this out, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the advertisement real quick off Amazon. And these are more inexpensive, they're more in line. They're probably more in line price-wise of the Warrior brand. But out at the club, there was somebody out there that said that they had bought this set, and as long as you're drilling slow and you're doing things correctly, they're lasting him a good long time. I didn't particularly want to pay the $40 yet for the Hercules, so I went ahead and ordered these from Nico. And in update video, or whatever, I'll let you know how they work. But I believe them out at the club because that's the purpose of the club. We all sit around and we discuss the flaws, what you should watch out for, what they think, and all these other things. But I also noticed, like in a lot of the comments and stuff, and when I talk to people out there, some people just don't pay attention, I guess, to the correct way of using things, and then they criticize them, and they want to give them bad reviews, and they want to go on and on and on. The whole thing is simple as it sounds, and I think we all forget, because I did when I burned up a set, is you want to make sure that your drill speed is correct. And it's like somebody said, what's correct? I don't know, around 300. That's where I have my drill press. That's what works for me. And I'm not in a rush when I'm doing it. I come down with the drill press. I'm using cutting oil or keep it well lubricated, and I'm going slow. I'm not in a race to finish these things, especially when they're going to start burning up tools, especially if they're going to burn up expensive ones that you bought. So I would sit and tell you, you could take a look at the Warrior brand. Is it the best? No, far from it, okay? Like I said, they're going to go fast on you. But you could take a look at the Nico, or you might just say, hey, you know what? I've read through all the complaints and all the stuff on, on the Warrior brand. They're just not what I want. I'm going to use them more than just once in a while intermittently. And you want to go something better like the Hercules, or you want to try the Nico. These are my thoughts on this. I mean, I can tell you I'm not an expert on drill bits. Now, the other ones that I have, that you saw in the picture, they're made by some old company somewhere. I have no idea. They are old set. I even tried to look for the name on them. I've had them easily for years and years, and they still hold a real sharp cutting edge when it comes to the step drilling. Unfortunately, wherever I got them, there weren't any big ones. They were just those smaller ones. But they work fantastic, and kind of wish I had more of them, to be honest, because they hold a cutting edge beyond belief. Those are my thoughts on this, Overall, the only thing I can say about the Warrior brand, they're good if you just have a handful of projects, but they're going to dull out on you. The quality is just not there. I would tell you to try the Bauer or save up your money for the Hercules. Now, the Bauer are $18.99. You're going to pay about $10 more for the same size in the Bauer. It may be worth it for you to do that. I heard that they are better, but like I said, I don't know anybody that has them. But these are my thoughts on these step drill bits. Like I said, maybe a handful of times on the Warrior. Otherwise, spend the $10 to get the Bauer. Otherwise, take a look at these from Nico. And well, I'll see you in the next video. Those are my thoughts on this. The quality is just like I said, it's just not there on some of these. Anyway, I'm the Home Handyman. I hope you click subscribe. I hope you keep following me. And all the links will be below on the Nico and my stray cats that I take care of from your clicks. That helps me out quite a bit. They're cats that people have abandoned. Like I tell you in my videos, they're my shop buddies. But, food, water, place to stay. I like them. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video. You folks have a great day. Bye-bye.